Gymnastics was your senior international debut, and you did amazing.
Thank you.
How do you think you did?
I think I did really well, especially for it being my first international meet as a senior. I didn't know what to expect at all, so I was just really excited and was ready to go out there and compete. And I just really wanted to hit my routines, and that's what I did. And I'm just really happy with how it went.
Yeah, well, you left with 3 gold medals and a silver,
Yeah.
and one of them was the all-around gold, which
Yeah.
is incredible. So, is that a little bit of a confidence boost for you, especially for that being your first senior international competition?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I really just didn't know how it was gonna go, but I was really happy to hit 4 for 4, and I knew that the scores were pretty good, so I was just really happy with how it turned out.
Did you get to do anything fun to celebrate after, whether that was, with the team or even when you got home?
Well, on the last day when we were over there in Colombia, we had a cute little pizza party at the hotel, so I thought that was really fun. And we also got some empanadas on the last day, which we had been eagerly waiting to get because we would pass by the empanada place there and back from training each time. So we'd been dying to get them. So we got it on the last day.
You were eyeing it for a
Yes,
while.
for sure.
So, being a senior now, there's roughly a year till Paris. Does that excite you? Does that scare you a little bit? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm just very excited. I mean, I just want to take things step by step and just enjoy the journey. So I'm just excited for what's to come.
And so, looking back, I guess to last year in September, you made the gym switch to WCC. I guess talk a little bit about that and what was the motivating factor for you in making that move.
Yeah, so mainly obviously because of bars, because I knew if I wanted to be a competitive senior, I was going to have to improve my bars a lot. And it was always the one event that was bringing down my all around score as a junior. And I knew I wanted to make a change. So that's the main motive.
Okay. And do you feel like you've seen improvements in your gymnastics since moving to WCC?
Yeah, I definitely think I've cleaned up on every event for sure, and obviously, especially on bars, I think it's definitely a big difference from last year to this year. I mean, there's still a lot I need to work on, but big improvements, and yeah, I'm just happy with how it's going.
WCC, I've never been there, but I've seen pictures and videos, and it's such a big, beautiful gym. And then also there's the fact that you have so many elite teammates as well. So, what about WCC is your favorite?
Well, of course, the facility is like it's stunning. It's beautiful. I mean, the first time I walked in, I was shocked. I was like, "Oh my God, this is huge. It's so beautiful." It has everything and more in the facility. But I think most of all, the teammates and the coaches are really just the best part of the whole gym. They're amazing. They're so
Yeah.
welcoming and they're awesome.
WCC is like the Mall of America for gymnastics gyms.
Yes.
I guess kind of looking back, your first year of elite, you didn't even qualify on to the national championships that year. And then I feel like ever since then, we've just seen so much growth from you in your gymnastics, and you've been very successful last year as a junior on the international scene, and now so far this year as a senior on the international scene. So I guess talk a little bit about that and the growth that you've seen in yourself. And have you had a chance to kind of reflect back on not only how your gymnastics has improved, but maybe how you've improved, as a person as well?
Yeah, no, I've definitely improved quite a bit. I mean, I love to look back on my videos and grow from them. And I just think also that I'm getting older. I like to reflect on my old routines, know what I can do better. And yeah, I love improving and I love seeing improvement too.
And you're the first American gymnast of Sri Lankan descent to represent the US in an international setting. What does that mean to you? That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I truly love my Sri Lankan heritage, and I just think it's super cool that I get to show it off. So it's definitely a big deal being the first American gymnast of Sri Lankan heritage to
Yeah.
represent the US.
Are both of your parents from Sri Lanka, or like what's
Yes,
the connection?
yes, they're both from Sri Lanka.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
So, switching gears, your recruiting period is coming up actually very soon in the next couple of weeks. So, are you excited about that? Nervous? How you
Yes,
feeling?
I'm so excited. I have been waiting for to start the recruiting process for what feels like forever, and I'm so excited to start the process.
Yeah, June 15th, it's coming up quick.
Coming up close.
If you're comfortable sharing, do you have any like dream colleges that you're interested in? And if you don't want to share, we have a little out for you. You can just say what you're looking for in a college. So what's on like your must-have list?
Yeah, so I definitely do have a dream college. Not ready to share it yet, but I'm super excited to start all the whole process, the recruiting, everything, and I'm really just looking forward to the visits and getting to learn more about the facility, the college, everything about it, the teammates. And I feel like the most important thing in a college, especially for gymnasts, is having a great team environment. Everything fun and the coaching, everything just, yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you go to a regular high school or are you homeschooled?
I'm homeschooled.
Okay. And so how is that with balancing gymnastics, especially when you go to international meets? How do you balance school and your academics with your rigorous training schedule?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging because there's so much school work buildup, and when I go on vacations, trips, traveling, anything, it builds up very quickly. So I personally like to do as much as I can before traveling because I don't want it to build up like crazy when I come back. So that's more or less how I try to plan it out.
So with being homeschooled, do you like kind of teach yourself or do you have someone that you work with to like learn the subject matter?
I usually teach myself. I like school, so I just do it.
What's your favorite subject?
I love math.
Oof, can't
Yeah.
relate. Yeah, like, can't relate. I was not only bad at math when I was in school, but it wasn't my thing. I didn't like it. But to each their own.
Yeah.
So now that it's summer, what does your schedule look like? Training wise, I know you've got some big competitions coming up. And then do you have time to do anything fun? Do you have any like fun summer plans?
Yeah, well, training's more or less the same during winter, so we're just going by normal training schedule. And I don't have anything in particular fun planned, but maybe some short weekend trips here and there and just hanging out with friends and going shopping.
So will your next competition be the US Classic?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know yet? Are you going to do all around there? Or are you just going to focus on a couple of events?
Yes, we're planning on doing all around.
Okay, cool. Speaking of the rest of the season, what goals do you have?
I would love to hit 4 for 4 at classics and championships, and then I would really, really love to make the world's team.
Okay. And then what about long-term goals? What are some of when you look ahead to the future, what do you want?
Definitely the Olympics, but with that being said, it's obviously really hard to make the 5-person team, but I'm just gonna try my best, not put too much pressure on myself and take it step by step and then just enjoy the journey.
Hmm. What about if you can share any skills or events that you're hoping to upgrade?
Yes, I would really love to put some upgrades in, especially on floor because it's been hard getting back after my ankle injury, and I already had like a better floor routine, more upgraded floor routine planned, but the ankle injury was definitely a step back. So we're planning to put the double double in for classics, and I'm super excited to upgrade.
Is it a tuck double double or a light out?
Tuck double double.
Tucked. Okay. What was the ankle injury you had, and when was that?
It was early February, and I landed short on a tumbling pass, and it kind of landed off, and
Mhm.
it took a couple weeks to get back, and it's much stronger now, but it was definitely a process getting back.
So what was the recovery process like? Did you have to, was it just like rehab or did you have like surgery or anything?
No, it was just rehab. So I went to rehab um twice to 3 times a week, and it definitely got stronger by the day. But I had to take some time off, like tumbling, vaulting, everything for at least 3 weeks for sure.
Mhm.
So I was definitely getting nervous, but I felt it strengthening, so I was excited to come back, and it feels good now.
Yeah. What is it like coming back once you've had like 3 weeks off or you haven't tumbled at all? Does the skills, do they come back naturally or like how does it work when you've been out for that long? Because I
Yeah,
feel like 3 weeks isn't that long, but in elite gymnastics terms, I feel like that's a long
yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, it does feel like a long time, and I'm like, "Oh my god, am I gonna get it back?" No, it was pretty natural. I think it's a lot of muscle memory, so it just came pretty natural, and I was feeling a lot better after I got the skills back.
Doesn't do floor for 3 weeks, come back and doing double doubles like the next day. No big deal. Okay, so to wrap this up, we like to do some fun little bonus questions at the end. So the first one that I have is you're turning 16 in September. Do you have any plans to get your driver's license?
Yes, I would love to get my driver's license, but I've been so busy, so I don't really have enough time to, like, focus on driving, but I would love to get my license this year.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like with training and competitions, how do you even like find the time to
Yeah.
you're busier than the average 16-year-old. So I know that you're into fashion.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite stores to shop at?
I love shopping, any type of shopping, especially online shopping, but I love Lululemon, Sephora, and then definitely some high-end brands too.
Nice. So if you could describe yourself in 3 words, how would you describe yourself?
I would say caring, funny, and energetic. I have a lot of energy.
What about favorite country that you've been to and why?
Um, Probably the Maldives because I just love how luxurious it feels with like the overwater villas. It's so beautiful and the water is probably the clearest and bluest water you'll ever see.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like TikToks about the Maldives and I always favorite them. I'm like, this is on my bucket
It's
list
so
someday.
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
And last one, what about top item on your bucket list if you have a bucket list?
Yeah, I think skydiving. It's
Ooh.
definitely out there, but I think it would be a lot of fun. And I've seen so many videos. I'm like, oh my God, that's so scary. But like it looks so much it looks like so much fun.
See, that's the one thing that you'll never catch me doing. Like, I feel like you can convince me to do almost anything
Yeah,
besides that. I've just come
yeah,
to the conclusion I will never be jumping out of a plane. But you're used to flying though.
yeah,
So
much.
it's not like not really the same thing, but like kind of the same vibe.